Call Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Hamashak Yahushai, Barakatham. This is your fellow servant Tazawar here with another lesson. First, I want to start off by giving all glory, honor, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakwadash, Barakatha. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, whom rule well and from whom learn this truth. Shalom to you, Akim, who are not in GMS, but are pushing likewise doctrine and spirit and in truth with all sincerity. To you few sisters that are listening and learning, as well as you speckled birds were scattered among the nations, looking like those nations. To the 144,000 elect, as well as the rest of the hopeful elect, to you I say shalom. This is part 2 of Haman Malone. All right. Now, I'm going to get back to where I was. I was in Psalms, the 83rd chapter, verse 3, right? We back in the blue letter, Salakia. All right. Now, I was saying those devils trying to ask questions like, how prone to violence are we? If we have any feelings of violence towards the small hats, and shit like that. Right? After all you bastards have done just recently, we don't even have to go into history. But in the midst of all that, keep in mind that this is a form of sorcery, man. All right, this is a form of what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, where the sorcery, all right? Because basically, what they're trying to do is, like magicians do, show you this hand while you're not looking at the other one. But the hand that they showing you, right, is them pointing the finger at somebody else. Okay? It's trickery. It's an illusion, man. It's misdirection. And these motherfuckers are masters at it. Again, like I said, with everything that's been going on in the news right now concerning Gaza, all right, Palestine, Netanyahu, how that these motherfuckers they're against a ceasefire, even though there are a lot of civilians that are perishing. Okay? The pedal rinks, the tunnels, right? And the children of Yahweh, the children of the Lord, man, they are supposed to be the conscience of the world. They're supposed to be the righteousness of the Lord here on earth, man. That's what our nation is supposed to embody. And as imposters, y'all have done a horrible fucking job. Quite frankly, I mean, y'all put up a pretty good front. Maybe. No, you haven't. You haven't even put up a pretty good front. I retract that statement. What you've done is you told very good lies You've been a master at deceiving the masses. You've been great in wizardry and sorcery. All right, and mysticism and all of that shit. Your enchantments. That's the word I was looking for. All right. You've done an excellent job enchanting the people and the masses. The water Yahweh, for bringing that word to mind. That's the word I was looking for. They're enchantments, man. Just like when you charm a snake, you know the snake is enchanted. It's charmed. So it's not going to strike. You see them motherfuckers fucking with the cobras. Right? And it was interesting that it was interesting to me, okay, that we have this individual that we call Haman Malone, who goes by the moniker Vocab, who happened to have a small hat. And we believe he's a small hat. All right. We believe he's of the tribe of Amalek. Okay. And just so you know, that's Amalek is the small hats. That's who those 1948ers are. All right. They're Amalek. They're Amalekites. Okay. But I thought it was interesting that he had a self-professed small hat on there. And that was the guy conducting the study. Now let's grab the book of Esther right fast. My fault. Esther. Chapter 3. Let's start at 1. Right? This is Haman's plot against the Jews. You see how his the header up there, the heading. It says, and it reads, we're going to go to about the 5th or 6th verse. It says, after these things did King Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hamadatha, the Agagite, right, and advance him, and set his seat above all the princes that were with him. All right. Well, let's look up this term Agite or Agagite. Haman. Right. Let's look at Haman real quick. Haman, right? It says magnificent. It says chief minister of Ahasuerus, enemy of Mordecai and the Jews, who plotted to kill the Jews, but being foiled by Esther, was hanged with his family on the gallows he had made for Mordecai. All right. Now, you see right here it says of Elamite etymology is dubious according to their sources, right? But let's go back, because what the word we really want to look up is this one, Agagite, right? And it says what? Agagite, I will overtop. Said of Haman the Agagite. All right. Well, let's get the root word to Agagite, because it don't really tell you nothing right there. And the root word is Agag, right? Agag, I will overtop. King of Amalek. Uh-oh. So it tells you that Haman was the offspring of an Amalekite. King of Amalek. Spared by Saul, but slain by Samuel. Now, if you remember the story of Saul, he was told to do what? Slay and kill all of the Amalekites, whom are a family of the Edomites. All right? Yeah. So we know that Haman was an Edomite from the tribe of Amalek, a descendant of Amalek. Now, is it a coincidence that through the Spirit the elder gave, the elders coined vocab as Haman? I think not. I think that's spiritual. That's me speaking as a man. Now let's go back. All right. And keep reading. It says, verse, all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman. Right? For the king had so commanded concerning him, but Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence. And that's pretty much why vocab despises us, because all of those step and fidget type Negroes that's following his ass, they revere him. They revere that man as a great student of biblical history. All right, a student of the scriptures, and they feel like he's a modern day authority on our book. But guess what, bitch? It's our book. And we don't give Haman that type of respect or reverence. We don't respect him at all. All right? Especially the elders. This is why his ass stopped coming down there. You know why? Because truthfully, he shouldn't even be sitting in the same room as our elders, man. It's guys low on a totem pole like myself that should be dealing with his ass. Right? Now, with that being said, this burns his ass up because all he can do is keep trying to attack Hebrew Israelism, as he calls it. But like I said earlier, it ain't a doctrine. You pink bitch. It's a spirit sent from on high. All right? And it's gone throughout all the earth, man. Be the unicorn. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. It don't matter who you bring on your show. It don't matter who you interview or whose show you go on. You can't stop this truth. All right? And this movement would represent Mordecai. All right, that's who we would represent. Spiritually, of course. But as you see, Mordecai didn't do anything to Haman. But watch this. Verse 3. Then the king's servants, which were in the king's gate, said unto Mordecai, why transgresseth thou the king's commandment? Why do you transgress it, Mordecai? Right? Now it came to pass when they spake daily unto him, and he hearkened not unto them that they told Haman to see whether Mordecai's matters would stand, for he had told them that he was a Jew. All right. And when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, then was Haman full of wrath. And vocab, you full of wrath, man. We know that you angry, because we don't show you reverence. You can't stop this truth. We're not going to agree with you. We're not going to trim our ways to seek favor. All right. We're going to keep pushing this truth, whether you like it or not. All right. Until the Lord sees fit for us to stop. But until then, this truth is coming out. Right. And then it say what? Verse 6. And he thought scorn to lay hands on Mordecai alone, for they had showed him the people of Mordecai. Wherefore Haman sought to destroy all the Jews that were throughout the whole kingdom of Assyrius, even the people of Mordecai. And that's what he's trying to do. And this is why this devil is at our teachings, at our doctrine, at our Lord and Savior, at the names. All right. And he's at us returning, he's, coming at us, returning into our heritage. We can be anything else but who we really are. And please don't tell the world. Well, too late. All right. And now you got this, that other little ginger bitch that was on the show that was conducting a survey. Right. Trying to seem like, oh, we just want to get some understanding of the doctrine, and maybe, some of those people may be misrepresented and this, that, and third. No. He trying to use them smooth words, man. But guess what? We know that you're dubious, that you're evil, you're wicked and sinister. Can the leopard change his spots? La. And you can't either, man. And you the devil. We know you can't help it. All right? But that's why they're trying to number us, man. And again, like I say, you men that claim to have wisdom and understanding, this should be, it should be like as we wipe the looking glass, man. You should be able to see right through this bullshit ass tactic. All right. Now, what else happened to Haman though? Let's go to let's go to chapter 7, yo. This was Haman's end. Let's go to chapter 7, Esther chapter 7, right here. And we're going to pick up at verse 8. We only going to go down 2 verses. It says, then the king returned out of the palace garden into the place of the banquet of wine. And Haman was fallen upon the bed whereon Esther was. Right? So it appeared that he was trying to get in Esther's drawers. Now, Esther, if you go back and you read this book, Esther was the young girl who was able to glean favor from the Persian king. All right, from King Assyrius. All right. So when the king went in, it looked like he trying to get in Esther's pants. That's what it appears to. Then said the king, "Will he force the queen also before me in the house?" As as the word went out of the king's mouth, they covered Haman's face. Right? So you've seen them movies where just, they slip a baggie over your head, just snatch you up, right? Yeah, they covered his face, man. Plucked him right on up off that bed, yo. And Harbonah, one of the chamberlains, said before the king, "Behold also, the gallows 50 cubits high, which Haman had made for Mordecai, who had spoken good for the king, standeth in the house of Haman." Then the king said, "Hang him thereon." Right? So they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. Then was the king's wrath pacified. Right? Now, when you read in like the 9th chapter, they went and got Haman's 10 sons too and disposed of them. All right. Why am I bringing this out? Now, like I said in the previous video, GMS, we do not promote violence. But the point is those same devices, man, that the wicked Haman had set up to do Mordecai and the Jews, our nation, all right, to do them evil. He fell into his own devices, man. All right. And the scriptures say that y'all gonna fall into your own devices. You're gonna fall into your own snares, and your own tongue is gonna fall upon your head. And it already has. All right, because you have those among you that are Edomites, but they are what you call like the lower class, right? They might be, poverty class, low class citizens, or hell, maybe they even the lower end on the middle class, right? Shit, the middle class, quote unquote, we gonna say, because ain't no more middle class. That shit gone. And the ones that used to be in the middle class, they pissed about that shit. So they spilling the beans. They talking about all the evils. They exposing you devils, man. And so are the gatekeepers. The people that you done made deals with. You done gave them trinkets, right? To be gatekeepers. Oh yeah, they gonna talk too. But the point I want to make therein is you shall be a victim of your own devices. And you will. Because your device is the sword. And World War III is around the corner. All right, WW3 is around the corner. Some people say it's already started. It's just not in full effect yet. All right. But you got people like Alex Jones, Glenn Beck. Then you got your prepper group that's online on different platforms. Even they see the writing on the wall, man. But again, as I said, your device is the sword. Weapons of war. And thus you shall fall thereby. Because those flying swords, man, those fiery serpents, the ones that's flying, that it's gonna have the tails, man. They got them warheads on them. All right. So we know Babylon is gonna get hit. It's gonna be ate up. And nobody do war like y'all, man. Like I say, your own devices. And it don't matter because all of y'all got the same blessing, the sword. So Babylon the Great got her sword. Uh, you know, Gog and Magog, they getting their sword set up, but they got it already. And they are being a covert. They being a covering to the smaller nations, man. Enter BRICS nation. And guess what? Some of them heathens, yeah, they got swords now too. So you done perfected, destruction, missiles, that type of warfare, mass destruction type warfare. But like I say, you gonna get to taste that. Now, as far as this guy trying to number us, I'm gonna just go. I don't got a lot of time left. I'm gonna just go to where we want to go. Let's go to Jeremiah 33rd chapter and the 22nd verse. And I'm finna show you how come you'll never be able to get an accurate count. Not just of our people, or even the people that you coin or label as Hebrew Israelites, whether they call themselves Hebrew Israelites or not. Because you're still using that term BHI, right? Which is, that's we feel like that's hate speech. In a time of feelings and all of that stuff. That's words are violence. Yeah, BHI, them is hate words, man. You hurting us. Cut it out. All right. This is Jeremiah 33 and 22. It says, as the host of heaven cannot be numbered, neither the sand of the sea measured, so will I multiply the seed of David, my servant, and the Levites that minister unto me. So David is from the tribe of Judah, and the Levites are a whole different tribe, right? So those two tribes alone shall be numbered like the sand of the sea. What about the other 10? Huh? What about the other 10, vocab, and your little buddy that conducted the that study, that little survey? You ain't gonna be able to do it. Because guess what? I bet you. Now, shit, I ain't got nothing to bet. Because I got a little over here in this rulership. But I say this. I bet you in your next lifetime, that's what I'll put up. I'll wager your next lifetime. You get to be somebody else's servant before you get to me. Because when you get to me, hey, all hell gonna break loose, bro. You gonna have a rough one. So I bet you a time of rest in your next life with somebody else who's gonna take it easier on you. I bet you. When Sleepy Joe opened them borders up, man, and all of these quote unquote immigrants that's pouring over into the country, I bet you some of them gonna wake up. A lot of them being sent over here for judgment. True enough. But it's also some that's coming over here that's gonna be saved too. Some of them gonna wake up. So without that, just that alone, you ain't gonna never get an accurate count, man. Because the 11th hour ain't over yet. And it's gonna be people at the last that the Lord gonna deem worthy of salvation. Anywho, that's my little 2 cents on that. I hope this lesson finds you edifying. So, like, I hope this lesson finds you well, and I pray that it was edifying. But again, remember, I said all this to say, you men who claim to have understanding and wisdom, man, wisdom and understanding. At some point, you're gonna be charged with the well-being and the lives of other people, man. So you need to be able to see through bullshit schemes like this, bullshit ploys. All right? Anyway, Shalom.